Diary, hello. It's the middle of October 2019 and tonight I'm going to be talking about disk shucking, shucking being a word I only recently knew existed. So the background is that after a number of years of thinking and actually saving up, I've decided to get a new NAS, a network attached storage device. Now the existing NAS is populated with a mixture of SSD caching drives and 3.5 inch SATA 3 spinning drives, and the new NAS, which I guess I've been planning for a number of years now, but just finding the right NAS and the right funds has taken that long. I wanted to try and make it a more compact and lightweight system, so we're going to be using 2.5 inch disk drives. Now the current limit for that drive technology is 5 terabytes. And rather annoyingly, in the 2 years that I've been waiting and planning, it's still been 5 terabytes. So the maximum storage you can get out of a 2.5 inch spinning drive is 5 terabytes. Now, there aren't that many players in the marketplace for 5 terabyte capacities, but one of the players is Seagate, and if you go to any regular website, I'm not sure what the list price is, but the discounted price of a 5 terabyte drive is just about £200. But it's possible to do a lot better, and this leads us into the sort of annoying world, if you like, of discriminatory pricing. So the idea is that a vendor can sell items to different people at different prices, more or less the identical item, based on the ability of that person to pay, and we see that a lot in industries like the drug industry, where drugs are sold in different marketplaces in different countries based on the ability of a nation or a community to pay. And we also see it in the disk drive industry. So what you see in front of you is a Seagate Backup Plus 2.5 inch 5 terabyte drive. And surprise, surprise, its cost, the best price I have found, is just over £100 from Amazon. So let's just investigate this in some more detail. This is a portable drive which comes with a USB cable, and it has a USB interface. So if we look at the drive, you'll see it's got a USB interface. But what actually goes on is there's a very slim set of electronics, so I'm just about to pull off, which is here. So you can see these electronics, which converts the SATA 3 interface into a USB 3.0 interface effectively. So here's the actual drive that you're left with, having taken that interface out and wrenched it out of this case, which you'd struggle to get back into because it's a kind of a flimsy metal top, which is now a little bit on the bent side. But let's look at the drive, and you see it's a 5 terabyte Barracuda drive with a standard SATA interface. So that's going to fit right inside my NAS. I'll take off the metallic paper labelling, and should work fine. Now, of course, the downside to this is, of course, that should you get any kind of drive malfunction, it's going to be difficult to call up your seller and say, hey, the disk just fell out of the case and you know what, it's not working anymore. But I still think you'd be under no great moral threat of just taking the drive to Seagate, in my case Seagate UK, as a bare drive and saying you've got a warranty claim based on, say, something like Seagate Tools, which you'd run and prove that there's a problem. So the warranty situation is a bit iffy, but I think when push comes to shove, probably you'd be able to get warranty from Seagate, unless these drives have somehow got a different sort of serial number from regular drives. So that's what's called disk shucking in the industry, which means taking a drive out of an existing unit and using it elsewhere, primarily because of this discriminatory pricing, whereby this drive is very approximately just over half the price of the bare drive, which doesn't make any sense. So I'll have at the end lots of little different bits, and if I ever wanted to convert USB to SATA 3, I've got a whole set of electronics cards which I can use for that process. So thanks for watching, Diary. I hope you've learnt something, and obviously when the new NAS arrives, which is another QNAP, I shall be making an excited review. Okay, thanks for watching.